Hello everyone, just doing this video. I don't actually have a reason for this one, not one. I've had my birthday, I'm 35 now, I got a new camera, I'm testing it out. What else is there? Quite a lot's happened, but nothing of interest to this channel. I've been trying to work on videos for the other channel that I didn't know whether I wanted to do, but now I'm in charge of. Somehow it just happened. So there we go. I'm doing that now, apparently. And doesn't matter what the subject is, it just seems like I'm not going to get it done. I'm going to have another attempt at it as soon as this is done. I'm going to try again. You see, now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think the main problem is they want me to do lists. And one of the first lists they asked me to do was like a top 10 covers, music covers, as in a band doing someone else's song. Oh, it's not my cup of tea. Being a former musician myself, I spent most of my musical career writing music and performing it and recording it, etc. But covers, you see, up until recent years, I'd never really done any kind of covering of anything, and it was just a bit. And now there's a huge surge of popularity for covers and remakes of movies and things like that, and I just feel like not to put my conspiracy theorist hat on or anything, but I feel like something out there is doing its best to eliminate original thought. I mean, it says something when the most original idea of recent years, movie-wise, that I've seen has, well, there's been a couple, but I can't mention them all, but off the top of my head, there is Bright. That's a Netflix film, Will Smith, etc. What if the fairyland tales are real life and these creatures live around us in everyday society? An extremely interesting premise. Noomi Rapace was in it. I actually really enjoyed that, but that got slammed. Yet works on existing properties like Marvel movies and DC movies and any kind of reboot, remake, whatever, seems to smash at the box office. Is that not weird? Not saying anything about the Marvel movies, or DC for that matter, because I really enjoy both of those franchises. I really do. It doesn't seem to matter what Marvel decides they're going to make a movie on. It's gonna be a massive hit. They could have done the entirety of the Avengers sitting in that shawarma place, and it probably still would have been a massive hit. Everything they seem to touch is brilliant, apparently. There's been a couple that I personally didn't enjoy, but for the majority of them, they're all great. I'm sorry, most of movie fandom out there really have enjoyed the DC movies up until recently as well. All of these aforementioned things, existing properties. All of them. Bright came out, and I thought it was great. I thought it was a really good premise, really good, enjoyable film. You know, it was by no means a perfect movie, but who's striving for perfection in this crazy world? Just enjoyable, engaging, etc. You know, there are ugly monsters in it. There are ugly monsters in nearly every movie nowadays. You know, it's weird. I don't get it. My finger is definitely not on the pulse of people. And which brings me circling back round to this YouTube channel I'm supposed to be doing. With my finger being firmly off the pulse of the general population, I'm not sure I'm the perfect host for a general sort of music channel. I'm trying my best, but every attempt I've done so far, I've been that unhappy with it, I've deleted it. So I mean, that says a lot, does it not? I don't know how else to go about describing it. It's difficult. I tried to do a top 15 list of great covers. I was given the list. I was given a few notes here and there, like, reasoning behind that particular song being in that particular number, and I disagreed with all of it. I think I've attempted it twice or maybe 3 times now, and every single time I've got to around about 10 or 11. I haven't even got that far down. I've got it right, that's it. And then I've turned the video into a rant about how I don't like covers, and I feel bad for all the hard-working musicians that really slog their guts out trying to do their own music and really, really playing all the dingy dives around the place and, working really hard. Because, I was one of those people a long time ago. And it's not pretty. And, it's crap, unfortunately. That covers are what people really pay attention to now. Like, people's ears prick up when they hear a song from the 80s or the 70s or 90s and done in a fresh new form, which really the reality of it is you change the tempo and add more guitars or synth than there was originally, and that's apparently a totally different style of doing it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting about it, but fair enough. In my opinion, I'm only human. I'm allowed to get angry about certain things, and the elimination of original thought is one of those things. I don't like it. I like people to be inspired by things and then take it in their own direction. That's pretty much what this channel's about, is me essentially being inspired by all these sci-fi crazy things and toys and games and what have you, which has inspired me to do this, which is by no means an original thing, but it is mine. And very few of the artists that I was supposed to be covering were doing their own thing with it. They were literally just copying the song with the instruments they play, which is what the rants became about. Or is a bit like, mess with the order of the song or something. Do something that's your own with this thing. But none of it was. And like I said, maybe I missed out because I only got so far through it all, but then it just turned into I boiled over every time. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Now I'm using this platform with my brand new camera and this channel as like a diary of ranting about not being able to do this. And it really annoys me because the channel, if it gets going, there's going to be some good things about it. There's going to be interviewing musicians that are up and coming in the area and things like that. It's going to be good. There's going to be a lot of positivity that comes out of it. But I can't bring myself to be that list guy. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. Why did I do that? I can't bring myself to do it, and it's one of those things. I feel really bad for the guys that have asked me to do it, and I said yes, let me think about it, and then I was given these things to do, and I don't want to do them. I have had words with them since and said, look, I'm not the guy for this. If you want to get someone else to do the lists and things like that, they can be Mr. Happy YouTube guy to do it. I want to interview people. I want to, I want to get my teeth into what's happening in my area with music and what have you. That to me is what I would be interested in doing for, in music and in general. Not, top 15 covers done brilliant. I'm not ranting anymore about it. That's that. Anyway, as I said in my last video, the YPP's gone bye-bye. See you later, YouTube partners. It was nice knowing you, even though I made you no money and you made me no money. It was a good time. It actually made no difference whatsoever, which is just weird. Is there a camera still recording? It is. I like it. Are we ranting about anything else today? No. I'm just generally not feeling it. Not feeling anything. Both a good and bad thing. Well, I think I'll leave it at that. I try to be as positive as I can be on YouTube, but you know, today was just one of those days where I felt like I needed to let off some steam, so I have done. I apologise to you and anyone else around the place that's had to listen to me rant on about stupid rubbish that, you know, doesn't really concern anybody but me, except for the fact that I just don't like the idea of original thought being, you know, sacrificed for a quick buck. Because let's face it, that's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, it's commerce, it's music, and movies are money. They're industries. So I mean, that's inevitable. But there has to be a wonderful, beautiful middle ground where art and commerce meet in the middle and are perfect little kissing buddies, and they can get on, and everybody can be happy. I know fine well that is somewhere that can be reached. It's been reached before. It's happened. And obviously, especially in the music industry, the landscape is completely different to just 10 years ago, let alone 20, 30 years ago when LPs were a thing, you know, and CDs were a thing. Now things are different. Even the movie industry, everything's different, and they're all... I know what it is. Like, all these companies are freaking out. They don't know how to adjust to the new way of doing things. There's a lot of streaming going on. There's a lot of digital purchase rather than physical things. There's a few people still out there. I know I'm not alone in wanting something to grab hold of and put in a CD player or a DVD or a Blu-ray player or what have you. Physical copies of video games, for instance, as I've shown you before, all the like cool statues and things that I've got through physical purchase. I still love that, but I know I and us that like that are becoming I wouldn't say a minority, but there's less of us now than the digital purchase people. Very good friend of mine that I've had on the channel before, John. John from across the pond. He prefers the digital purchase, if nothing else, just so he doesn't have to get up and change a disc in his Xbox. Fair enough. It is cool when you know you can just skip to the file and hit it. That's cool. But I like a good statue or a steel box or something, you know? Part exemplar. See, I love this thing. This is a really cool statue, and like for a somewhat arguably mediocre game, but it's really cool, man. I mean, look at it, and it's really heavy as well. I don't know if that's a good thing, but yeah, you know, that's about it. I just felt like getting that out of my system. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and watch my other videos where I'm slightly more positive about certain things. And I think my next video is going to be RoboCop 2. I think I'm going to have a proper good look and dive into RoboCop 2 and what made it what I think is a really damn good sequel, and most people disagree for some reason. Actually, I'm not going to promise that, because there might be another one of these. If things are going the way they're going, I may rant again. But anyway, bye-bye for now.